Welcome back to another episode of Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuX. So in the previous episode, we ended it on one hell of a cliffhanger because the group got broken up, to say the least. You know, that is an understatement of the century, because Shuji ended up going Zeknova, with whatever that means, and he ended up, well, going into some kind of like light. Now he says, oh, I can see the other side or stuff like that, so we don't know exactly where he went. Is it like another dimension? Is it just like a teleportation to a different place? We don't really know, but he disappeared alongside the actual Red Gundam as well. So they both disappeared in the Zeknova. They could also just be dead, but I'm guessing he disappeared into some kind of like pocket dimension. That would be like my guess, but we'll see as time goes by. The other thing is, then obviously the main two girls, Nyaan and Machu, ended up getting split up as well. And not just split up, so Machu ended up getting captured in a sense by Sharia Bull. I have, by the way, I made like a list of like all the main names for now, so that I don't keep looking it up. I don't need to keep looking it up. So Sharia Bull, who's working under, well, Char, right? He ended up getting a hold of Machu, and he's kind of keeping her a prisoner, but also not really. We'll see what kind of dynamic that's gonna be happening there. And it seems like she's gonna be working under him as like a, well, part of his army, I guess. So that's gonna be insane. And he is planning to actually execute a coup over Kycilia and Nyaan as well, both of them, right? So he wants to overthrow basically the Zabi family and be in charge of Zeon, which that's wild. That's wild. Because obviously right now we have a bit of a power struggle between the Zabi family at the top of Zeon, but Sharia Bull has always been working under Char, and he wants to take, I guess he wants to perform a coup. I don't know if he eventually wants to find Char as well and reinstate him as like the leader of Zeon, or if he's already given up on that and he wants to be the leader. I don't know. We'll see as time goes on. And then obviously with Nyaan, she is now on the side of Kycilia. She's working under Kycilia. Now, I don't know how friendly those relations are going to end up being between like the Zabi family and Nyaan, and also on the other side between Sharia Bull and Machu, but we'll see as time goes on. But yeah, it was an intense episode, like, to say the least. And now I feel like the story is like fully getting started, right? I feel like the past few episodes have all been just set up for this one moment here where the girls are now gonna be, well, I don't know, battling against each other, maybe. We'll see what's gonna happen. So if you want to watch this Uncut and Unblurred, as always, on my Patreon down in the description, and let's go into Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuuuuX episode 8. Luna 2. Whoa. Okay. December. Maku. I'm gonna write it down. Okay, Zeknova. Oh.
ザビ家の女が率先して逃げ自宅では指揮に関わろう。私はここでよい。他に迎撃に出せる船はないのか。ほぼ全軍をルナ2攻略に投入しております。アッパーワクーにも余裕はありますまい。グラナダこそ本国の生命線。ここを失えばジオンの独立は維持できぬ。しかし、シャア大佐が残っていただけ幸運でした。
Well,
たった4隻の殴り込み艦隊か。ジオンの命運は赤い彗星に委ねられたな。シャアに正式なソロモン迎撃の命を伝えよ。頼むぞ、キャスバル坊や。
Castle.
現在ソロモンは艦船移動中、すでに月軌道
へ投入されています。
戦闘艦4隻とモビルスーツ隊程度の戦力ではあの宇宙要塞は止められません。状況は絶望的です。
ならば我々はこのまま指を越えて見ているだけか。
落ち着け。策はある。ソロモンの予備ドックだ。ここにモビルスーツを揚陸させる。4体に分かれインプロージョン地点に送り込み、そこで無人のザクを自爆させ、手動力路を破砕、誘爆させる。これで正面東側のサミットを破断できるはずだ。そんなことが。グラナダへの直撃を期すために最終加速が行われる。
その時
Oh, this OST
重
is
心がずれていれば軌道を
so
外す。
intense.
グラナダは無事というわけですか。しかし大佐、連邦には直縁の艦隊もおります。
そこは艦隊特攻による中央突破しかあるまい。この船はジオン唯一の強襲揚陸艦だ。それを正しく使う以外他に手はない。
作戦立案がお早い。
Lieutenant?
ソロモン
Okay.
攻略の件、事前にご自身でも試作しておられましたな。
この戦争に勝てば次はザビ家が相手だ。それくらいは常に考えてある。
スワメル、トクメル、前へ出ろ。リカンを盾にして突破するぞ。最大戦速だ。ソロモン、都市限界点まであと70。敵の直縁艦隊確認。前方に展開中。
I guess let's see what exactly happened here.
ガンダム出る。
Giving us a more detailed look at the entire tragedy at Solomon, right? Or Zeknova.
敵の直縁艦隊だ。その前衛にモビルスーツ部隊。大尉と私で結露を開くぞ。
はい、大佐。
Oh, sick. Oh, that's so cool.
ソロモン、阻止限界点まであと40。
よし。このまま敵の防衛線を突破する。
はい。 スワメル、速力が低下。構うな。キャメルを前へ出せ。
ビットの推進剤か。どのみちソロモンの中では使えん。
Damn!
サガンのソーラーシステム直撃跡は弾幕が薄い。そこから回り込め。大佐、ソロモン上陸地点に到達します。
よく持たせた。どれ。
総員、衝撃に備え。
I'm getting nervous. We know what's gonna happen. I'm just waiting for it.
最終目的地点に到達。ハッチを開け。各モビルスーツ射出を急げ。
Nice! Infiltration.
よし。第4小隊は私に続け。
大佐、あとは頼みます。
予想通り、要塞内に残敵なし。自爆弾の設置作業に入ります。
They're all there.
自爆同期プログラムの作動確認。あとはボディを固定します。特艦隊だ。地雷原の突破に手間取っている。現在排除中。
あとは私がやる。君らは特湾の援護に回れ。
So, does it happen here?
さて、連邦名。苦し紛れにしてはよく練られた策だ。利用させてもらおう。これで動力路は誘爆しない。ソロモンはグラナダへ落ちるだろう。連邦とザビ家が共倒れしてくれれば、私も勝ちの目が出てくる。白の軽キャノンだと。ドズル中将を撃ったという連邦のニュータイプか。短期で残るとは勇敢だな。
Whoa! Wait, okay, before we go into the fight, actually, let me actually go back 5 because the fight is getting insane. Okay, so interesting. So his plan was always a similar one as Sharia Bulls. He wanted to take care of not just the Federation, but also the Zabi family and kind of usurp the leadership of Zion. Okay, because he wanted to not just destroy Solomon, but also destroy Granada, right? Okay, which is where the Zabi family, like what the Zabi family want to protect. Interesting. So he's trying to take out 2 birds with 1 stone with this attack, and not just finish the war with the Earth Federation, but also take care of the Zabi family and be the leader of Zion. Okay, that explains Sharia Bull's intentions as well, because he's basically following the path of Char, right? That makes sense. Wow. Okay, and now this Gundam also showed up.
短期で残るとは勇敢だな。だがガンダムの敵ではない。
Whoa.
アルテッシャ。
Wait, what? Artesia?
なんということだ。こんなところで。
Oh, is it happening now? Is that when Zeknova happens?
敵機関を確認。あとはシャア大佐だけです。
Char.
大佐はまだ戻られていないのか。作戦区域の行動で大規模な崩落があった。閉じ込められたのですか。爆弾は無理だ。4個の同時起爆でなければソロモンは割れんぞ。時間だ。やむを得ん。エンジンリバース。ゴースター。
Whoa, that's sick. Those engines are... That's a sick way to reverse.
大佐、ソドンがソロモンを離れました。作戦は失敗したようです。
赤い彗星目、買いかぶりすぎたか。
サイコミュが反応している。これは私ではない。
Oh.
一体誰の精神に反応している。
Oh. Kira Kira. It's the Kira Kira. And this is the Zeknova.
何が起こっているんだ。発光の原因は分かりません。爆心地は破壊ガンダム。高エネルギー反応増大中。ミノフスキー粒子の異常反応観測。
これを赤い彗星が引き起こしているのか。
何。地下の実験場で例のオブジェクトが消失しただと。
シャロンのバラが。
There was a Sharon.
これもシャロンのバラの仕業か。
何なのだこの声は。
What is the Rose of Sharon? They've mentioned it before in the previous
何を起こっている
episode.
のですか。大佐。何者なのだ。お前は。向こう側から来たというのか。誰と話しているのだ。向こう側とは何だ。
The other side, just like Shuji.
なんということだ。時が見える。
It didn't hit Granada, of course. I can see time.
シャア大佐の最後の通信であった。
Rose of Sharon.
名付けられたサイコメの暴走事故によって
The Red Gundam and Captain Char going missing. Yes.
そして5年、赤いガンダムが再び姿を
Yes.
現したということは、大佐もどこかで生きているということだ。
Maybe. Falling on the moon.
私が料理をするのがそれほど意外か。
Whoa, Nyaan. Okay, so let me first talk about the entire scene there. That's interesting. So they mentioned, or specifically Kycilia mentioned the Rose of Sharon, which we heard about in the previous episode as well, right? Actually, I don't even thought, was it in the previous episode? Yeah, Shuji mentioned the Rose of Sharon. I'm pretty sure it was the Red Gundam who told them about the Rose of Sharon, right? Which means, and Kycilia knows something about it. Kycilia knows about the Rose of Sharon, but nobody else. We don't know about like what it is and stuff like that. So, but, when Zeknova was happening right now with Char was saying like, where did you come from? Did you come from the other side and stuff like that? So maybe the Rose of Sharon is someone who came from the other side. The thing that also Shuji saw when he was like, I can see the other side and stuff like that. I can see time or whatever. I can see time. That's making me think. Do you think it's some kind of like time dilution stuff? Like maybe. No, that wouldn't make sense. I was gonna say maybe that Zeknova just transported Char 5 years into the future, but that wouldn't make sense because then not only the Red Gundam, but also Char would appear here. But only 5 years later, only the Gundam appeared. So I don't know. Interesting. I'm gonna keep it in mind though. I'm gonna write down Rose of Sharon.
随分と苦労してきたようだな。で、ジオンの大学で学びたいとか。ああ、いや。今やサイド3のジオン工科大は最も優れた学府の一つだ。独立
Yes.
を認めさせるまで、コロニー国家などは機民の集まりで価値のないものと思われてきた。何が我らを強くしたと思う？虐げられてきたスペースノイドの恨みですか？恨みなど晴らしてしまえばそこで終わってしまう。もっと先を見なければ強くはなれんぞ。強く。私のもとで期待に応える働きができればスカラシップを約束しよう。何をすれば？報告は聞いている。サイド6ではゼクノバの発動地点にいたそうだな。そなたには今一度ゼクノバを起こしてもらう。この人は私のことを嫌っていない。
I mean, I don't think she dislikes you. I think she just wants to use you.
モビルスーツの操縦をどこで？
サイド2から逃げるとき、たまたま目の前にあった。
すまん、辛い話は。それで奨学金を当てに？
まさか、勉強なんて興味ないし。
Wait, what did she say about side? Oh, actually, yeah.
わかるよ。根なし草は辛い。僕は運が良かった。
才能があった。
わからない。必死だったから。ああ、墓参りだよ。スクールの同期だった。これからって時に。
女の人？
男だけど、なんで？これで2人目だ。パイロット候補が続けて死んだ。あの新
His
型
Mav?
のスーツは呪われてるな。だが、君は3人目を連れてきたんだろう。
Oh, they're gonna be Mavs. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Granada Navy Yard. Ooh.
これって？
モビルスーツ、ジフレド。ジークアクスの2号。
That's sick.
同伴出勤かい、少尉殿。久しぶり。同期のミゲルだ。こちらはニャン。元はサイド2にいた。この子が3人目というわけか。
Hmm.
3人目？
あ、いや。
His third Mav.
パイロット
Yeah.
だよ。
Oh.
君が3人目だ。スクール出身じゃなくて民間からの抜擢なのは意外だったけどね。スクールか。4人でやった送別会が懐かしいよ。
4人。
僕がジークアクスのパイロットに選抜された時、ミゲルがケーキを焼いてみんなで祝ってくれたんだ。もう同期は2人だけになってしまった。
I see. He looks cool. I like him.
このモビルスーツ誰かに似てる。
それにしても、ジフ
Mm.
レドのパイロット候補に選抜された途端に続けて死ぬなんて。軍の捜査本部も不審な点は見つけられなかった。訓練中の心臓発作としか。
Whoa!
とても偶然とは思えない。暗殺か。まあありえなくもない。2号機のパイロットは議連派から選抜されるべきだと総帥府は言い出している。同じジオンだっていうのに。万が一彼女が死んだりすれば確かに偶然とは言えなくなる。
私、殺されちゃいますか？
Mm.
キシリア様とギレン総帥は戦勝以来
DOST.
一度も会っていない。どちらも暗殺を警戒しているからだ。
I was gonna say, wait. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Zeknova only happened twice up until this point, right? Once with Char and once with Shuji. That's it, right? And both of the times, it was the Red Gundam who ended up being the common denominator with both of the Zeknovas. So I'm pretty sure, like Celia said that, oh, I want you to, I want you to make another Zeknova happen. But I'm pretty sure a Zeknova, at least my prediction is, or my theory, that Zeknova can't happen without a Red Gundam. I'm pretty sure you need the Red Gundam, and maybe the Red Gundam somehow is linked to the Kira, to the other side and stuff like that, you know? Even though Kira isn't actually, explicitly exclusive to the Red Gundam, right? Because we saw the cyber new types talking about how, like, the Kira and stuff like that, and they don't have the Red Gundam, but they knew about it, so... I wonder. We'll see.
総帥はサイコム技術をキシリア様が独占してるのが面白くないんだろう。だから対抗してクローン強化人間を開発し、間もなく実戦に投入されるという噂だ。その前にジフレドのパイロットが決まってしまうことを恐れているのかもしれない。このグラナダでさえどこに暗殺者が潜んでるかわからないんだよ。でも心配しなくていい。君の安全は僕とミゲルで守るから。明日から選抜テストが始まる。今夜はゆっくり休むといい。じゃあ。
少尉、彼のケーキ美味しかったですか？
エグザベ少尉がグラナダを離れた後も同期の仲間が選抜されるたびにこうやってケーキを焼いて祝ったんだ。テストが始まればこんな風には会えなくなる。何としても今日中にと思ってね。
He seems like a really nice guy, which is putting me on edge.
ジオンの最新
He's too nice.
正式パイロットが同期から選ばれるなんて孤児だった自分たちにとっては夢みたいな話だ。だからさ、君も僕らの仲間だよ。
You see, he's kind of suspicious, ever so slightly.
これ食べたら私の心臓も止まりますか？エグザベ少尉はあなたのこと信頼しているのに。
3人目がこんなに早く見つかるなんて想定外だった。君が涼しい顔でいられるのはキシリアが何をしようとしているか知らないからだ。
Whoa! Whoa!
ジフレドが作られた本当の目的を知れば誰だってこうするだろう。ミゲル、何してるんだ。抜け目のないお嬢さんだ。嘘だろ。お前がギレン総帥のスパイだなんて。関係ないよ。協力するように指示してきたのは総帥の諜報部だけど、2人を殺したのは僕の意志だから。大切な仲間をディアブロにするわけにはいかない。
Diablos?
ディアブロ、いい奴らだった。そんな2人の優しい心を僕は守ったんだ。何を言ってるんだ。
Nice! Nice, Nyaan! Oh my god, that was close. Oh, she's good! What's the gravity like there? It seems like it's pretty good. Pretty light.
キシリア様に似ているんだ。
Oh, it does?
キシリアの犬め。スクール出身とはいえ、僕は凡人だ。だから凡人でも人類のためにできることをする。これで君もディアブロにならなくて済む。人間の心を守ってあげるよ。
What? I can see it looking like Kycilia a bit.
最後尾を動かせる。
Bro!
とっくにディアブロになっていたのか。やあ、逃げろ。
What the fuck? Yeah, but... So Diablo is like an even more evolved version of a new type when they can control the Gundam without even setting foot in it.
僕の部屋よりはるかに広い。窓なんてグラナダじゃ最高の贅沢なんだぞ。
Wait, how much longer do we have of the episode?
キシリア様。
We still have a bit more. Okay, so I mean, okay, the interesting thing there is, he said something along the lines of, "Are you like you're a spy for Kycilia, aren't you?" or stuff like that. But isn't Granada supposed to be like entirely under Kycilia's rule? So I feel like being a spy for Kycilia shouldn't be like a surprise, right? It would be like normal. Everyone here should be working under Kycilia, from how I understand it. But he is, on the other hand, on a mission from Giren. Now, he did say that the past friends that he's murdered, he did out of his own initiative, even before being under Giren, which is interesting. He said he didn't want them to become Diablos. Now, right now, we saw her kind of like communicate or control the Gundam without ever setting foot in it. And he said, "Are you already a Diablo?" So I guess that's something that a Diablo can do. Now, I wonder, because we know how like new types are kind of like espers in a sense. I wonder if a Diablo is like a type of new type, but maybe even more advanced, where they could just control the Gundam without even being in the Gundam. That would be insane. Like just remote control it. I'm guessing you have to be like in some kind of like really close by to the Gundam, and also I'm guessing she doesn't have like good control over it, far from it. But if you can learn how to control it well, then that seems, well, does it seem that broken? It depends on the range, right? Depends on what range you get over the Gundam. It could be broken if your range is long enough. But wow, that's interesting. Very interesting.
貴族というわけか。
運が良かっただけ。
違うな。本物の才能には理由がないんだ。理由をつけたがるのは才能がないものだけさ。
運ってあなたが言ったんですよ。スクールの養殖ではない天然のニュータイプ。エイジの今は貴重な存在だ。
あの不動の新型モビルスーツが実際に動いたそうですから、本物のようですね。
Disabled one. Wow. Huh?
ミゲル・セルベートに毒薬を与えた総帥のスパイは貴様だな。
ジオンの未来を思えばこそです。イオマグヌスを稼働させてはいけません。あれはジオンと人類を滅ぼす悪魔の機械です。
だからこそ総帥に与えるわけにはいかんのだ。ガンダムを追った先で見つけた娘。赤い彗星が導いてくれた縁なら大事にせねばな。
ミス・キルさん、こちらへ。やはり同じ便で機材も運べることになりました。
シローズくん、なんだか嬉しそうね。
もちろんです。レオ・レオーニ博士とまたご一緒できますから。
あら、イオマグネストの建設現場に配属されたことが。
Yomagento. I'm gonna write that down.
父もきっと喜んでいるわ。あなたはお気に入りらしいから。追加の補正予算も承認され、ガンダムフレドの目処も立った。急にうまく回り始めたわ。
我々の仕事が時代に求められている証だと考えましょう。
そうね。あとはシャロンのバラの行方さえ分かれば。
The Missing Rose of Sharon.
本当ですか？そんな嘘でしょ。ジークアクスがソドンを脱走したらしい。しかし作戦行動中の軍艦から脱走なんて。 確か君の知り合いだろ。
マチュは本物だから。マチュ、一人で地球へ行ったんだ。
Oh, you have no idea.
地球どこ？
見えないよ。ここは月の裏側だからね。
Solomon. Wow! We're on the far side of the moon. Okay. Okay, I'm not watching the preview as always. Wait, before I actually go into my thoughts on the episode, can I check something out? Let me check one of the VAs out. The VA for Makuv, he sounded a lot like Miki Shinichiro, but I could be wrong. That's why I want to check it out. If he even is accredited. I feel like I'm probably wrong because we didn't get to hear much of his voice, but from the bits and pieces that we got to hear, he kind of reminded me of Miki Shinichiro. Makuv, where? If he even... Oh, Makuv. He doesn't have a voice on my anime list. At least not on the... Wait, was it Sugita Tomokazu? Wait, was that Sugita Tomokazu? Wait a minute, was it? He's not accredited here, but he is accredited under... Wow, maybe it was, and I'm just completely wrong with saying Miki Shinichiro. That's wild. I guess he did sound familiar, that's for sure. And then, is there anyone else that I want to check out the voice of? Not necessarily, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm just going through all of the VAs to see if there's anyone here, or all of the characters, I should say, to see if there's anyone here that really interests me that much. Not really. Who is that? Is the new guy already accredited? No, he isn't. The blonde guy, he isn't. Okay, anyways, wild episode, obviously. First of all, showing us a different or a more detailed outlook on the entire first Zeknova situation that happened in 79. So that was interesting. Obviously, the most interesting part about that was Char actually talking on the radio about what was happening in the moment of Zeknova, like saying, "Who are you? Like, did you come from the other side?" It's like, this is the time itself, like those things. Very, very interesting. And then obviously Kycilia talking about the Rose of Sharon, and the people at the end also talking about the Rose of Sharon and being like, is the last Rose of, or one of the Rose of Sharon or whatever here. So I don't know if that was supposed to allude to Nyaan, maybe, or it's maybe completely unrelated. I don't know, but we'll see. They also talked about Yomagunso or whatever. So they talked about how that is a potential danger to the entire Zeon and the entire humanity. So that's interesting. Also, we saw that Char was always planning on taking down the Zabi family and being the leader of Zeon, just like how Sharia Bull is doing. And we also know that Nyaan doesn't know about Machu being captured by Sharia Bull. So a lot of things happening in this one, right? Wild episode. I am loving this way too much. It's so good. So I'm excited to see what's gonna end up happening with all of these pieces that are being set up. I'm guessing the next episode is gonna be more so centered around Machu. That would be my guess. But we'll see. Do we have a confirmation of how long this series is gonna end up being? Nope, not yet. I hope it's gonna be long. I hope it ends up being as long as possible, you know. But yeah, so good so far. But we'll see where it's gonna end up going from here. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.